So let me just start, dude. Like, Drunken Chicken Diaries is something that, like, a year ago I was thinking, like, man, I wanna start a video podcast and just get drunk and talk to my friends.
Right.
And then that concept, I hit up one of my graphics guys. I'm like, yo, make this logo for me, and I want a drunk chicken, and just put Drunken Chicken Diaries. And I want to talk about I just want to have drunken conversations. Now, as my thoughts evolved, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't get too drunk,
right?
And because I might start saying some things that I shouldn't say. But in all fairness, and this is raw, dude. I'm minimal edits. Maybe if I cough or sneeze or something happens or a fly, lands on my head, I might edit that out. But I want to get raw, dude. I don't want to censor my language and all that stuff, because I mean, in my everyday life, yeah, I don't get to do that. So, and I wanted you, dude, because like I'm really honored to have you here.
Me too, man.
You're like a staple in like St. Louis media, because it's crazy, man. Like you are, dude. And
wow.
See, sometimes other people have to toot your horn for you, because when I see like friends, their news feeds on social media, next thing I know, they're being interviewed by you. And then somebody else is being interviewed by you. And then I talk to somebody, they're like, oh yeah, he emceed this for me, so you're just like all over the place. So, and
not
it's really,
easy.
no. And I threw you in the fire, man, on my first episode, because I look up to you in the media sense, and I mean, you're a pretty stylish, good-looking dude, man. And so I wanted you on my show.
I appreciate it, man.
So let's talk, man. Like the first, you know what? Come on, you ready?
Yeah,
do a shot with me, man. Let's do it.
Fuck it,
so,
let's do it. I'm down for
you
it.
want a Jack? I got you, Jack. We'll do half shots.
Please.
All right, because I
still got to live.
Yeah, and
I still got a show tomorrow morning.
Do you?
Oh, hell yeah.
What time?
9 a.m.
And you're going live?
Live as hell.
Shit. All right.
Mazel tov.
First of all, what's your real name? Is it
Pascal?
Pascal? That's so cool.
Yeah. No.
That's dope.
Okay. So, how do I start?
It's your turn to be interviewed.
Right. No. This is very relaxing to me.
Yeah.
Like, usually I'm the one who's the interviewer.
I know, dude. That's why you're on
my
show, because I've been on yours twice now. Mm-hmm. Now it's your turn. So spotlight's on you. Basically, what made you want to get into like media and like being in front of the camera?
You want to know the true story?
Yeah.
Or you want to know the truth? It starts by me being. The reason why I got in front of the camera is because I got really tired of getting fucked over.
Okay.
We can start.
That's
basically
a
the
great
start.
fucking reason, dude.
I was behind the camera a lot. I was shooting a lot of music videos.
That's how it starts, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of media people like start off with a camera, and then
yeah. Well, the funny thing is the plan was to be in front of the camera.
Okay.
So before I go it's hard. There's so much.
I know, dude. It's so complex,
it's such a story.
man.
It's such a story. But I'll try to give you the bullets as much as I can. So long story short, I graduated from NYU with a film degree and theater degree.
Are you from St. Louis?
I'm from St. Louis.
Dope.
But you know, I went to. This is some funny shit.
Come on, man.
So, all right. So I got accepted into New England Conservatory of Music in Boston.
So fancy.
For voice.
Okay.
So I went up there to study for.
That
to
explains
sing.
it, dude. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I was a singer at first.
Can you still sing?
Yeah.
All right.
Me. There you go.
If Pete Diddy called you tomorrow and said, I want you to come to New York and be my personal assistant for a year and not make any money, but basically just be my assistant and live off of my, everything, and go back to St. Louis next year with no greater riches than you did when you moved here, would you do it tomorrow? No. You wouldn't go be Diddy's assistant for a year?
No.
Knowing that you can meet pretty much anybody you want to and come back to the crib and redo your show, you wouldn't do it?
No. Because you want to know something?
Sure.
I did almost the exact same thing for a year, 9 months, when I took on another gig.
For fucking
hosting
P.
and all
Diddy?
that stuff. No. For another place. They said it was going to open up opportunities and all that.
But Diddy would.
No, but you don't
being there.
But you don't know that for sure. So
I do.
For me though. Okay, now that you say that now. Still no.
Think of the people that you'd meet. All right, okay, you said no.
No, because here it is though. Because I feel like I'm on a trajectory right now that's pretty damn good.
I do too, bro. Cheers to 13,000 subscribers, dude.
Oh, thank you, man.
That's awesome. That means
13,000
people. Yeah.
Hey.
And if I get 30, I'll be happy.
It'll happen.
All right.
You ain't got nothing to worry about. You'll be fine.
All right. I mean, I don't know if it's my guests or me or the alcohol or my nail polish. We'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
So all right, next question. If you could wake up white tomorrow for one day, would you do it?
You want to know?
Just to experience being a white man for a day, would you do it? And you can be black tomorrow, or the following day.
Because I love being who I am.
I bet you do, but I mean, just
But
for the experience,
you know what? I wish I could turn. Like, could I have the span of? Hold up, hear me out. Could I have the span of 24 hours that I can spread out throughout life?
No.
So anytime I get pulled over,
Tomorrow's
I can turn
Monday.
white. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I get pulled over, racial profiling, I could hit that button.
Right.
Boop, and I'm good.
Like
you know
when
what I'm saying?
I
Those
get,
are the only times
when
that
I
I
get
would
when
ever
I
want
get
to be
pulled
white.
over, I pull my sleeves down, take my hat off.
Yeah.
I turn into a white man.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
and you're like, what's the problem?
And now
officer?
I got tattoos.
Well, what's the problem, officer?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See,
so
no.
24 hours. So basically, tomorrow, if you could wake up white,
No.
and then wake up Tuesday as yourself, you just wouldn't want to see what it was
No.
like. I would want that experience to be somebody else for a day, whether it was a girl, because you know that in 24 hours you're gonna switch back to being you, the handsome guy that's tall,
The
dark,
black
with the
man
nice
that I am.
beard.
Okay, here it is, though.
Great beard, by the way.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know. I'm very happy about who I am.
I'm fucking awesome who I am,
I'm
but
the
I would
shit.
still like to see what it was like to be a chick for a day.
A chick is another conversation, though.
I mean, and a white
I'd be
man.
butt ass naked for 24 hours. You understand?
You'd be at Onyx on the pole.
I'd be having a grand old time. You understand?
Hey, man.
Shoot, let me make that money.
All right.
Yeah, that's how
Well, I mean, really, most of my friends went to colleges. I got a group of friends. There's like 10 guys, and they all got real successful, but they all went to good colleges, and I wasn't college material really. And so I told my dad I wanted to be a chef, and this is like in 1989, and this
For Food Network.
Before
yeah.
it was
Oh, dude.
cool
Yeah.
to be a
Oh, I got
chef.
some early Food Network stories because I worked for Emerald before there was Food Network, and I would go with him to Memphis, where it was just starting up, and he was like their first guy, and we would do this show called How to Boil Water. That was
I
like
remember
it was
that.
terrible before he did his live show and got famous. But really, my dad's response was, "So I never knew you were gay," because no, but I think you might be old enough to know that back then it wasn't cool to be a
Yeah,
chef.
dudes.
And his only knowledge of chef was Jack Tripper from Three's Company,
That's
who
funny,
would pretend
man.
like he was gay because he could live with the two chicks.
Right, exactly.
You know, so he's like, "Oh God, my son." But anyway, he got over it, and so I just went. I went and worked for Emerald, which was the best restaurant in the world back then in the early '90s, and then I worked for Charlie Trotter. After that, was the best restaurant.
Was
in the
it
world.
Emerald's or Commander's Palace?
I went to Commanders, and then for a couple months before Emerald's opened, then opened his first restaurant, Emerald's, and then Chicago and Charlie Trotter's, and then I worked in France for a while, a year or so, in a Michelin star restaurant there. I worked in California. The best guy out there, Joaquin Splichal, Patina in L.A.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. I moved here from Napa. I was in Napa before.
Awesome.
And then I did 2 years. I worked in Vail in the winter and Nantucket in the summer.
Okay. How did you meet Christina?
Well, after the restraining orders finally wore off and she was stalking me for so many years.
That's awesome. So she was stalking you. High five to that. buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
Literally
couldn't,
no
and,
one in the world would ever believe that.
And after she
It
passed
feels
all
good
the...
to say, though.
we had her tested several times and after she cleared all the tests and everything else, I let her take me out to dinner.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Actually,
how it went.
a hilarious story.
I saw the story. Okay, I may be wrong, but I saw a story that she was doing her a video for the Food Network or a pilot or something, and you were like in the
yeah.
background.
Well, yeah. So,
Yeah.
so the
Stalking,
reason
creeping.
I actually
Not in a dangerous way.
The reason I
You didn't know you were being a
Do you know Chef Will Pelly?
That's the best way to be
I
a
know the
creep.
name, but
Will Pelly was a buddy of mine, and was with. He's basically
You're
the
talking
one
to him in
that.
past tense like he's dead.
No.
He's our buddy.
No, he's still. Well,
Yeah.
you're still my buddy. But he basically introduced us because when I did. Food Network, I went there and everybody was like, "Oh, you're from St. Louis, you must do barbecue, right?"
Oh,
I was
shit.
like, "Nah," like I didn't. And this is whenever barbecue was blowing up, and I'm like, I really need to learn this. And the other thing was, I didn't really have I didn't know what my niche was yet, because I was, fresh out of culinary school, and I was like, I don't want to just be the Italian cook at the time. I want to cook
Yeah.
everything. So I refused to pick one thing. So when I got back, I was like, Will, where do I go to figure out barbecue? And he's like, you should check out Sugar Fire. I'm like, okay, cool. It was either that or Pappy's. Was
Right.
one I'm going to do, or Bogart's. So I'm like, okay, so that's whenever.
You
and
could have been married to Skip right now. You're lucky from Pappy's. You're lucky you came to Sugar Fire.
It's not. There's some more to this story that I'll just. Okay. But anyway,
We'll save that for another show.
that's the after-hours show. No, so after we were dating for a month, he was like, yeah, let me see your little sizzle video, whatever got you, your management and stuff for Food Network. And he's in the fucking back of it 10 times. There was actually one spot where we were at a food competition. It was maybe a Taste of St. Louis, one of those.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. And as I was walking up on the stage to go talk to another chef, we're standing there back to back he was talking to Melina, and I was talking to another chef. And we never, ever saw each other. We were always just missing each other. And he's in the back, so that pretty much makes you the stalker.
I love your tattoos. I think it's dope. And I was like, man, Mom, should I get a tattoo? I even ordered a tattoo off of Amazon that you could just place there. And just to see what it would look like, and I sent it to my mom. She's like, that's not fucking real. That's not real.
Man, you can get them that look so real
They
now.
are.
They're crazy.
I ordered a whole sleeve, a whole pack of them.
I tried to order one of those for the little guy.
I'll give you some. My next tattoo is going to be on my hand, and we're probably going to film it.
I love
It
hand
hurts,
tattoos.
man.
And I don't care about the pain. Did you see
Do you have any on your ribs?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the
This
worst.
whole side is
Yeah. Oh shit! Look, I got
That
a solid
hurt.
black on my ribs too.
all the
that
way
hurts.
to my armpit.
He
That
has
hurt.
a giant. He has my face as a pirate with
That's
my name
so
on his
rad.
ribs. He
Really?
does, yes.
Yeah, I got a bunch of faces on me. I got my mom, my dad, my sister,
Are you
my,
embarrassed that I told him that?
my son, and then I got myself tattooed on me.
Yes.
I got myself.
Steve-O has
You
himself
tattooed
tattooed.
yourself?
Because the dude he was like, I
Oh
want
my
to do
God.
portraits, and I ran out of people. I'm like, well, fuck it, do me.
Oh my god!
Because
Wait, I'm gonna get that same tattoo.
everybody else has kick-ass tattoos. I'm like, what better tattoo to have than myself?
You just
'Cause
look at it this is beautiful.
I'm the coolest person I know. Why not fucking tattoo myself on me? So yeah, that was pretty dope. So tattoos, man. I can't wait to get my hand done. Definitely looking forward to that. I didn't want to do this back part because I didn't want to take away from my son. Do you know Kevin Dixon? Has that ever name ever ring a
That
bell?
sounds familiar, but-
He was a chef at 1111 for a while, but he was my roommate in college in Louisville, and we got matching tattoos. That's not gay at all. So we got matching tattoos here, and he has his wedding anniversary, and I have my son's birthday. So we kind of personalized it to our lives.
When did you guys break up?
We broke up in about 2002. Once I was the best man at his wedding, I think that was the end of our fucking
Awkward.
relationship. God damn it. Kevin, if you're watching, I miss you, bro. Come back home. I got a room for you. I met you, okay, long story short, I met you, we'll say about 8 years ago, right? No, officially met you as a grown-up. Mm-hmm. So I know your dad. I used to hang out with your dad growing up when I was young. And in the neighborhood and stuff, Jamie from the South Side. And I remember when you were born, I was a kid. But anyway, long story short, I might have met you a couple times, with your father and stuff.
Right.
And you remind me of those stories, but I don't really remember because I've probably drank a lot since then. But the first time I actually remember meeting you as a grown-up was outside the marquee.
Yep.
And
I was fucking drinking ENJ.
And we're gonna tell the story, man. And I'm gonna tell the story. So I pull up and he approaches me and he's like, "Yo, what's up, man?" Introducing himself, and I was like, "Yeah." So I was tripping out that I hadn't seen him in a long time. And then he ends up, he was like, "Yo, man, let me ride the bike." Mm-hmm. So his dad ride motorcycles. His dad and I used to ride motorcycles a lot. So I figured he knows how to ride too.
Right.
Since his father rides. So I was like, all right, man, go ahead and do your thing. So the key was already in the bike, and I'm like, go ahead. This dude, and mind you, there's a whole line of people outside the club, And he starts the engine, and the bike just shoots off and falls and scratches all up, and the bike had a paint job. It was, oh my God.
I was embarrassed. I laid there for about 5 seconds, like, damn.
And I stood there like in shock. I tried to help. We got the bike up, and I cannot believe this dude that I don't even know for real just wrecked.
He's like, what's going on, bro? Are you drunk? Oh my God, look at my bike.
I sounded just like that.
Look at these scratches.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, it's not that bad.
So the next thing out of your mouth was like, oh man, I do tattoos, man. I do tattoos, man. I'll hook you up. I'll give you some free tats.
Like, bro, I'm not interested in tats.
To make up for the amount of damage I was done. So that was like our introduction as grown-ups, like you scratching the hell out of my motorcycle. And then we just started hanging out and doing tattoos and having parties, but we'll get into that in a minute. So the progression that I've seen in you is just insane, bro. Like you did the chain around my neck, 8 years ago? Right. And like, it's nice. Mm-hmm. The clasp, I love the whole thing, but like just the process from like piecing the chain together and like drawing this, and we were at your mom's house, and we're in the back of the kitchen, and like it was, we were just getting it. But I mean, you were good. You know what I'm saying? But like the progression since then is crazy, bro. Like I see some of the shit that you do now, like the dragons and the leg pieces. I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man. Like toot your horn. Like I mean, your shit's good. Like you progressed a lot, bro. And like you've been tattooing for a long time, and now you're actually booked. Because a lot of the times, tattooers will
had a dry spurt.
Dry, or they'll take walk-ins. And I always think, like, as a barber, a hairstylist, an esthetician, the girls that do waxes, a tattoo artist, anybody that performs a service, if you're not booked, then I automatically assume, this is just Bobby talking, if you're not booked, then you're not that good. Is that safe to say?
That is kind of safe to say, for real.
Talk about the night that you crashed your whip, because I was there.
So
that ain't funny, because you're here, and I'm glad that you're still here, and you're unhurt and all that good shit. But tell me how you crashed your whip, because I didn't know. You didn't even want to tell me. It took me like a week to find out that you totaled your car.
I didn't want to tell nobody. I was just going to get a new whip and be like, yeah, that's what happened.
So tell me what happened. So
man, we at La Bamba, as you know.
Which is where?
Downtown, St. Louis.
All right.
So I don't know what it was about that night, but I was like, man, I'm just bored as fuck. And I usually don't get bored because I can always get into anything. So we at La Bamba, we taking shots of fucking Don Julio. I usually drink Patron or Henny or some shit like that. Or fucking Margarita. So we drinking just shots of Don Julio. So then...
You started with the Don Julio because we were drinking those Bargarita things.
That's what it was too. I forgot
about
the
then you got on, because once you get on one, you're like, let's do shots. And then you try to make me buy shots. Like,
exactly.
Your first thing is buy a round of shots.
Yeah, bro.
I'm like, buy the fucking round.
That's the kickstart.
Right,
if you do it, I'm coming right after you.
But you suggested it, so why do I got to pay for it?
Because I want to see if you're on board with the
I'm
train
always
first.
on board.
All right.
I'm always on. When have I never been on board for some shots?
I don't know.
All right, then. So anyway, so you bought a round of the Don Julio shots, and then I bought a round of Don Julio shots.
And Zoe bought a round.
And then we saw Shayna and her boyfriend.
Yeah. They bought a round.
And that's the last thing I remember.
No, then motherfuckers bought me. You remember the waitress bought me a shot of fucking Fireball. I was like, hey.
No, the stalker at the end of the bar sent you a shot.
She's not a stalker. She's cool now.
Oh, she's cool now?
Yes.
So you don't remember where we originally first met?
You're going to have to remind me because yeah, bro. I don't know.
If I remember correctly, it was at the lake.
Oh, shit. When Nelly was doing a concert?
Nope. This was
you
was at Jay's boat.
On Jay's boat?
On Jay's boat.
Dude.
So it was me, Gary Wilds, Gary. Shout out to Gary. We'll get into that story too.
Yeah.
But that was the original first.
Was that the first time?
That was the first time.
All right. Yeah. Damn. Jay's boat was sick, bro. I mean, damn. Wait. So we're talking about the Lake of the Ozarks in the middle of Missouri, and this dude has $1 million boat. I'm talking 2 queen-size bedrooms, a $10,000 stereo system, white leather couches, a studio.
Man.
And do you remember Jelly Joe?
I remember Jelly was cold.
Man, Joe. So we got so drunk. We had a gallon of Sky vodka. That's all we had. and me and Jelly, it was me, J.E. Jelly, and a couple other dudes from Project Steadfast, the
Right.
band. We're gonna drink the bottle until we passed out.
Period.
And so
That was the goal.
Yeah, so it was down to me, Jay, and Jelly Joe. Jay passed out. He's in the bathroom throwing up. And me and Jelly Joe, we killed the bottle of Sky vodka, dude. It was crazy. I got
So
somebody.
hopefully that wasn't the day I met you. Maybe that's why you don't remember.
It probably was, dude, because somebody pushed me off the boat. I had my wallet. I had everything, dude. Like, I'm standing on the edge of the boat and somebody pushed me off the boat. But that was a really cool-ass
Yeah,
boat.
that was
That was a cool boat,
that was a
dude.
cool boat. But that was people don't like if you're not from St. Louis, you don't even realize that the Lake of Ozarks is like its own world.
Yeah, like the Lake of the Ozarks is
Well,
where...
the show of the Ozarks has kind of gave some light to the
The show, and then yeah, for sure the show.
Yeah.
Like people, but they don't. Even people that watch the show don't really understand. Like us growing up, like the Ozarks was like our Florida, our
that's a big deal.
Disneyland. You know what I mean?
Your
And-
parents take you to the Ozarks. You try to go
that-
shopping.
Yeah,
outlets and all
that was balling. So like yeah.
I think I seen D Denham first. D Denham was like one. D Denham and this dude named William Wooten were like the first two people to start bringing pimp juice to life. Right.
Okay.
So Woody is our lawyer now, but at the time he was Nelly's tour accountant or like road accountant. But he's interning with D Denham, and he's like my lawyer now. And he's still the dude. But anyway, so he comes back from Austria. He says because we originally fuck man, I'm bad at this shit because I'm going all over the place, but I'm thinking of how it really happened.
Pimp juice. So was it a thing?
It wasn't a thing. So Nelly wanted to do so, and this is all coming at the same time. He did Air Force Ones, right?
Yeah.
Nike makes a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
They didn't really do right. You know what I'm saying? Like the business wasn't done right.
Yeah.
You would have thought that Nelly
would-
goes and get a $50 million check.
Right.
Because the shoe was $50 and now it's $100.
Yeah.
And they recolor schemed them. So now, even now, you're seeing all these retro shoes come out, new colors. That all kind of started at that same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't taken care of right. So then a bunch of people came in the room and said, we got to start getting behind our own brands, doing our own shit. And like, we are the influence. We are the people that push the products. So Yomi goes from selling Vocal, realizing that Nelly's album sales are coming 70% women. Let's flip it. Vocal cool, but let's do apple bottoms. Boom,
yeah.
Pew, through the roof.
Right.
And so Nelly originally was like, well, we listening to the record. What else can we do? What else can we do? And he got the song called Pimp Juice. It was kind of corny at the time, whatever, but it was like, we can do something.
That's a classic record.
It's
man.
classic now,
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
Boom. So it was like, all right, cool, let's do this. Let's do something. So now, down at the lake, we fucking with Augie Bush and all the Bush boys and all that, right? So
Yeah.
Nelly like, let's do a liquor with them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we go through all the process. They go through everything. D. Denham working hard, Woody working hard, I'm working, everybody working. Gary Wilds. So then we realized you can't do liquor with the name Juice in it because it confuses kids.
Okay.
Fucked us up. So now I
I
go
didn't
back
know
to
that.
Drunken. So now Budweiser's like, well, figure it out. So now Woody or somebody just came back from Austria and they were Red Bull was a thing.
Yeah.
But it was like a little valve this big for construction workers that kept them from losing their balance on high beams. So he's like, man, it's gonna be a new market for energy drinks. I swear to God. Like what? Like nobody knew what was going on, right?
Yeah.
So they came back. We do that. No, they only have Nelly's likeness and his diet. So his diet made it so that he couldn't have caffeine. He was a vegan at the time, so all that made the only way we can make this product is that particular ingredient set.
Oh, for
Period.
real?
Yeah.
Because of Nelly's
Diet.
diet. Okay.
So
So
now
you
we're-
had to go off of what he could consume.
and it just happened to taste great.
Okay.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember
Like,
tasting Pimp Juice.
Yeah,
I'm
it
like,
was-
all right, it's got a whole different.
yeah, it was different. It wasn't carbonated. It wasn't nothing.
So what was your role at Pimp Juice?
So originally I came on to take it from an idea to market it for the masses immediately. Like hit the streets, go crazy, get into these college scenes, do all that stupid crazy shit. So I did all this touring with him. So I went on tour in the Nellyville tour. That was the Nellyville tour is where we first started. And it was a partnership. It wasn't like Nelly owned our company. It was a direct partnership. For his likeness, he was paid. And then we took what we had to do and keep re-upping. You know how the game goes. So it's
Yeah.
like, our first year, the books say we made $8 million. You know what I'm saying? But in reality is we put 7.9 back into
Oh
it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll
So
get into that too with the club shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because people think that we're just fucking rich.
it take a lot of fucking
Yeah.
pictures to make you super rich. But
Did you
those
did
numbers didn't lie though. You know what I'm saying? Those real numbers.
Yeah. Did you have the tour bus?
Yeah. So we bought that.
I remember that tour bus, man. I was like, this is the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. It was a 1977 Eagle.
It was hella old, dude. Even back then, it was old.
It was old then. But if you wrap this motherfucker right and put 20 speakers and amps
nobody's
and
gonna pay
Xboxes,
attention to how old it is. They're gonna see the graphics and be like, whoa.
Yeah,
So what was inside the Pimp Juice tour bus?
That's probably where my strip club shit started.
Oh, really?
So
Because
we had a
I
pole
always
in there.
wanted to know what the fuck was going on inside there.
It was a VIP club in the back. It's a video that Murph, Ali, Big Gip shot, and Nelly was the bus driver in this video. We shot it at the MTV Awards, 2003 or something. It's called "Work That, Twerk That," and that was actually that was the inside of the bus. So if you
That's
ever go
hard.
"Work That, Twerk That" by Murphy Lee, Ali, and Big Gip.
Yes, you got your hand in a lot of things. I saw you with Toya the artist.
Oh yeah.
That Christmas song was dope as fuck, and you got Club Onyx Indianapolis.
So she's a gospel artist.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh well.
So that's my balance.
You have a balance in your life.
You gotta have
Come
balance,
on, bro. So okay, and I wanted to ask you that how. So
Infinity
you are
Five,
one of the
what up?
nicest guys I've ever met. Like
I
you're
appreciate it.
genuine. You're nice. You're just a kind person.
Appreciate that.
And I've personally never seen you angry.
Yeah.
And like, you're a dad.
Mm-hmm.
You're a devoted husband.
Yeah.
And you happen to be the man behind the most poppin' strip club within 400 miles.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy to even think.
How do you balance that? So you have balance. So you
Yeah, you gotta keep
you
my
have
circles in.
you have a gospel artist
Yeah.
that you're backing,
Yes. She cold too.
and then you have a wife and kids that you're
Yes. Bill
So-
Cosby.
right.
The Huxtable Bill Cosby.
and then
not the Cosby.
right, yeah, not the new Cosby, the 80s Cosby, and then you have Onyx the strip club,
Right.
and a lot of the people that work at Onyx don't know that part of you.
Right.
They don't see that part of you.
Right,
they don't
right.
they don't care
Right.
about that part of you. So you're back in you got some artists and you do a lot of things with athletes, and I saw you doing something with Marlon the other day.
We're giving out food. I definitely gotta give back, bro.
You do
We are
it.
really blessed, bro. At the end
Yeah.
of this day, so 2020, if nothing else.
Did you see my status?
Yeah.
I said 2020. I'm sorry to some people.
My dude said,
I didn't mean to offend you. To like
Wally, I got your back, cuz.
Hey Wally, if you're watching this shit, bro, I love you, man. Big
He
hug.
said, man, fuck you.
So you didn't have a booty back then.
I did not.
So I remember you
Ooh,
showed
my
me.
booty was so flat.
I remember you
Lord
showed me a
Jesus.
picture.
That's why you don't recognize me.
No,
That's why you don't recognize who I was, because I ain't had no butt.
You showed me a picture of you with no booty, and I was like, oh my.
It wasn't that bad. I had a little cuff. I always had the cuff, but I never had the, you know what I mean? I
Right.
never had the fullness.
You didn't have all that. At
No,
all.
not this.
No.
No.
So you came into like a wave of like girls that were like getting booties,
Yes, it was the thing to do.
and that was like 8 or 9 years, 8 years ago.
Yes.
Damn, we're old. So, yeah, so that was a thing. So you got your butt done. Like I don't want to like just.
I got my butt done multiple times.
Yeah, I know. I remember the last time you didn't
I
tell me.
had, I was actually with one of my exes that you know. I ain't gonna say his name, but
Shout out to him. That's my homie though.
which one? Oh, which one?
How has it been for you to like be like gain and maintain friendships throughout stripping? Like, because and like I can use
You
like,
ain't got no friends in the strip club.
I can use my job as an example. Like I think that people want to be my friend because of what I got or who I am. I bet that's multiplied times 50 with you.
It is. Ain't no. Any new dancer I tell this to them. Ain't no friends in the strip club. I tell everybody this. You ain't got no friends in the strip club.
Break it down.
You come there to make your money. You might have somebody that you team up with, that you double up with, that you make money with. But if that bitch got something going on at home, you best to believe that bitch is gonna steal from you every single motherfucking time.
Wow.
Every time. It takes a commendable person for you not to let your situation outweigh your relationship in the club, because they're thinking, this is what I got to take care of. This is what I need to do. And I'm going to do it regardless of how it's going to make you feel.
But you've learned that the hard way.
Many times.
Yeah, I mean, because I know you well. I mean, I've seen you with people and become friends, or, you know, I mean, I'm not going to say like active friends like you and I, like we'd be cooking for each other, just sitting on each other's couch talking shit or whatever. But I mean, I've seen you, you know, create bonds with people, and, you know, over the years, those ties have been severed for whatever reason. So you've made friends, quote unquote, like club friends, right? So you're
Yes.
like when you're working, like, okay, this is my dance partner, but that's like all that is. No?
Me, I'm a homebody, and I enjoy myself. And that is one thing that a lot of people don't have, that I feel like I have. I really like myself. And I really enjoy my own company.
Yes, you do.
I do.
You
I
do.
like myself.
You will listen. You'll turn on gospel music and cook and zone the fuck out.
Me and Jesus Christ, who is better than that? Like, who is better than Jesus Christ?
And
Tell me.
A lot of people would. So
that
like,
is my homie.
So, but people don't know that, because you could be so ratchet one night and drunk as fuck, and I'm gonna talk about that
because
too.
God knows my ways.
And then you talk about God the next day, or in the same day.
It's called bipolar.
You were so, I would call that well-rounded.
It's called bipolar. I love me some Jesus Christ. And listen, let me tell you something. If there wasn't nothing in the Bible, there was some prostitutes. And we all remember there was some prostitutes. And I ain't no prostitutes, but I'm a level under that. Because strippers is a level under prostitutes.
I love you so much. And as a stripper, entertainer, a lot of those girls, here's their life. They go to work at midnight. They get off at 4 or 5 a.m. They go home. They go to sleep. They wake up at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, get ready, go back to work. Am I missing something?
No, you're not missing nothing.
So where do they get time to have a love life or have a personal life?
But that's where it comes in. Like, for instance, who I'm dealing with right now, he drives trucks Monday through Friday, so he don't be here. So it's only on the weekends deal.
Okay, well, let's take him out of the equation. Let's say that like he's not here right now. So
we still talking COVID too?
No, we're talking about in general, like girls like dealing with the lifestyle of being a popular entertainer.
It just depends on the dude, though.
Most of them are street dudes.
Most of them are street dudes.
Most of them are.
Most of them are street dudes.
How does that interaction go? Or NFL
I don't like street dudes.
No, you don't.
I do not.
I know.
I do not.
I know. Like, I've known you for a long time.
I do not.
To deal with a street dude.
I have never dealt with a street dude.
No, you haven't. To get into your mind is a very intellectual situation.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about you. That's why I love you to death. But anyway, so how is it maintaining a relationship? Do they trust you? Because me personally, and I've always said this, and no disrespect, because I love you, like I would do anything for you, you know that. But a lot of the times I would say like, I don't know if I could lay my head next to a girl that any one of my homeboys could pay $10 to see naked. Stacy Static's in the house. I'm a little nervous because usually this is like her deal, her audio thing and radio and all this stuff. So now it's your turn to be in the hot seat for me to interview you, and I appreciate you coming for that. So yeah, like I'm not gonna steal your shine. This show's about you, so I want you to like kind of like give some people that may not know who you are and may not have a face to the voice. Just tell people like
who I am,
who you are, like where you came from.
Well, I'm from St. Louis originally. I'm the youngest of 3. I'm a girl mom. I have 2 beautiful daughters, and yes, one is a full adult,
grown up,
and the other is a minor. So I have 2 only children, is what I call them. I did 20 years in radio as a radio personality. I was also music director, assistant program director. I do television, video, hosting, influencer work. I'm currently employed with Spectrum Business, so I sell to businesses. So if you need communication systems for your business, I'm available to do that as well. In-home businesses as well.
Like, how did you get into radio?
Well, the very first radio thing that I did on 88.1 with G Wiz, who is marrying my sister April 24th.
Really?
Yes, he was the very first person to put me on the radio on 88.1. He was doing a hip hop show. He was looking for a female, and I was working at Streetside Records on Delmar at the time when it was still in the loop.
Landmark.
Yeah, and I was working there, and I met this guy, and he knew that I was into hip hop, and I read Source magazine religiously, and so he told G Wiz about me. So I went to his apartment, and it was like crates everywhere, and he was just asking me a couple of questions. And he was just like, "All right, cool, come Friday and be on the radio with us."
So you were already into music.
I was already into music. I had gone to school already to be a music major, and I came back. So this was like in the time period. I only went away to school in Chicago for a year, and I came back and got a job at Streetside Records. Met this guy. He introduced me to G Wiz. I ended up doing 88.1. Just on Friday nights. It was a hip hop show, so I was all into hip hop. I was like one of those girls. And
what's that movie? I'm sorry, that movie with Tate Diggs.
That was definitely me.
What movie was that? Was that the
Brown Sugar?
No, was it Brown Sugar?
I think so.
Where he was like.
When did you fall in love with hip hop?
Yeah. Was that you?
That was me.
That's awesome.
That was totally me. So, I was this hip hop girl. So I started doing that show. And I remember I met like Diggable Planets while I was there. And I remember that was like my first taste of interviewing celebrities. I think that Flavor Flav came in one night and he was on the show with us. So, and that was, I was green. I had to be like 19 years old.
Were you starstruck?
No.
Because that's one of my questions.
No, I've only been starstruck a few times, but that wasn't that. But yeah, it was definitely a taste, and I had never even thought about radio prior to
so
that.
You didn't like grow up thinking I want to go to school for broadcasting and all this stuff?
No, I wanted to be a singer.
Okay.
I always.
Can you sing?
I can. Have
I ever heard that?
I don't think
Probably
so.
Not.
I have friends that literally, like the people who call me Kim, know I can sing.
I call you Kim.
Well, you don't know I can sing, but the people who grew up with me know that I started as a singer.
Okay.
And then
Nufala, she knows you can sing?
No.
I love her name.
Nufala does not know I can sing.
Right.
But yeah, like the people who grew up with me from like grade school, high school.
Okay.
And then obviously the people that I went to college with in Chicago, they know me as a singer. So when I started this radio thing, they were like, "What happened to the singing?" And I'm just like, "Well, I'm still using my voice.
Got a microphone."
Right. I'm still in music and I'm still using my voice, so there you have it.
Okay.
But that's how. And to go back to how I ended up on commercial radio, Deja Vu, who is on what station is she on now? She's syndicated. She's still in radio. She actually hired me to work at 100.3 The Beat.
Okay. So you worked at The Beat.
Worked at The Beat. That was my very first commercial radio
So
station.
during
The last time I really turned up,
over that.
Bobby and I went to Onyx, the strip club.
God. Was that the last fucking great turn
That
up?
was the last great turn up.
Because I remember the next day you were like a zombie.
It was, okay, we can talk about this. You didn't ask, but I'm going to talk about it.
I would love to, because that was a great time.
I lost my job. October 22nd was when my radio career ended of 2019. 18?
Was it 18? No, it was 2019.
Was it 2019?
Yeah, because we're in 2021, so it was like...
No, because it's been 2 years.
Okay, so it was 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
So it was like in the last quarter of 2018.
I'm glad you brought this up.
I know, because you wanted to talk about it, so fuck it. So I lost my job October of 2018, and then it was in that time period between October and January 1st that we went to Onyx.
Yeah.
Because we were somewhere. I was out with...
At a bougie bar.
No, we went to On God. And the drinks were like $17
I will never forget that. I bought
Ridiculous.
2 martinis. It was like $50.
And you were like, what the fuck? So we went out, and he was like, you want to go to Onyx? And I was like, fuck it. So I hit Tatum. He was like, I never called Tatum. I was like, well, I'm calling Tatum and telling him I'm here.
I just pulled up.
He's like, pull up, blah, 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 come in. I'm like, yes. And I had the best time ever. I'm getting lap dances. I'm throwing dollars. I done lost my coat.
Cause honestly, like I was so happy that I had you at the strip club.
And I've been to the strip club
I know
before.
you had. You've been to the
but
Slip and all that, but you hadn't been to Onyx.
I hadn't been to Onyx.
I was like, yo, I was like, you want to go to Onyx? And when you're like, yeah, I'm like, are you drunk or like, do you really want to go? You're like, I haven't been. I want to go check it out. I'm like, fuck it, let's go.
Because I was supposed to go for like their opening weekend,
Yeah.
and I didn't go. So I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah. I'm the type of person, you already know.
You were fucking lit.
I kicked it. I had so much fun at the strip club.
You told this girl she looked like you told who's a buddy of mine, but you look like Cash Doll. And I'm like,
I was like all enamored with Cash Doll at the
Yeah,
time.
you were like-
Because I had met
you
Cash
like,
Doll,
girl.
because I know like her the girl that was her like road manager. She used to work at a label, and she brought Cash Doll
you
to
had
town one
martini
time.
glasses that night. I don't know. You were lit though.
I was lit,
But you
and
were-
I was like, "You look like Cash Doll."
My guy Tay hooked me up with this pure dopeness
Hey,
jacket.
that's that drip too, right
Man,
there,
I went
baby
into
boy.
Walgreens and Papa John's before I came, and both places liked my jacket. I'm like, all right, I got something going here.
I
So
like it too.
It's like the quality embroidery, and the back is hard too. Let me show y'all the back.
Nice. I'm feeling that.
But yeah, I'm really grateful, man. He hooked me up, and it matches my watch. So yeah, shout out to the homie Tay at Pure Dopeness Clothing. So we're gonna put that link in the description at the end. I mean in the outro. But Stu, why don't you do me a favor and put it somewhere around here? All right, we're gonna throw that down there. So I got my homeboy Raz, man. Dude, like, hey, man, I need to take a shot real quick.
We need to take a
Let's
shot.
come on, let's go. Where's your cup? Oh, you already poured it. How much you got?
No more prison hoops. We drinking the real thing now.
Hey, man. Okay, we're gonna talk about that too. Oh yeah. So
That's what it is.
for a lot of people that don't really know you or know me, I met you in a federal penitentiary.
Right.
Um,
Forest City, Arkansas.
I ain't even gonna shout them out. I would say shout out, but fuck y'all.
Yeah.
So look, man. Damn, I don't even know where to start. So you talked about drinking hooch in the joint. I
Right.
drank hooch one time. I think you gave it to me for my birthday.
Right.
And I swear to God, that was probably the worst headache I had in prison the whole time.
Yeah, it's no good. No good.
So yeah, man, like I'm really excited. So, all right, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell my viewers and your viewers who you are.
My name is Raz, but I go by the name of R3 Teasy. That's my artist name. I represent R3 Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? From St. Louis, Missouri, born and raised, Northside, 4500 block of Garfield, Green Valley. Shout out to my peoples. Yeah, you know, just came up in the city doing me. You know, been through a lot of obstacles, but you know, I'm here now.
We're gonna get into
I'm
all
here
of that.
now,
We're getting into all
and
that.
it's a beautiful thing.
And I get along with everybody, but not them. They definitely didn't like me.
Mm-hmm.
So later that day, I'm in the unit, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but you and Detroit
Yeah, Detroit.
pull up on me and said, "Are you Bobo?" And I was like, "Oh shit, here we go. I'm about to fight, right?" And because I hadn't met you yet, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh man, like here we go." And then so I'm like, "Yeah." You like come with me, and then you pulled out your photo album, and then you showed me your sister, Shiree, and I'm like, "All right." So like, tell me like how you met. Is that an accurate version of how we met?
Yeah, that's an accurate version. Yeah.
So how did you know who I was?
Once we got to chopping it up, and
Like,
I
what
found
made
out.
you even pull up on me? Because you heard that I was from St. Louis?
Yeah, you know that's protocol in the joint. You know, everybody else put up on me and said your homeboy here, so I need to investigate to see who my homeboy is. So once we got to rapping, it was official. I knew exactly who you were, who you run with, and those were my guys. You know, shout out to Tez and Nuke and June, Mook and
Yeah.
June. You know what I'm saying? So right after I found out you ran with those dudes, you was automatically locked in. You know what I'm saying? So
So so give the definition of homeboy in prison, because
In
homeboy
prison?
in the streets is different.
yeah, it's totally different. In prison, the homeboy is basically somebody who's from your city and who's on the same type of time as you. And what I mean by same type of time is like, you know, once you enter the federal federal prison system, you got to figure out where you want to be. Either you're gonna roll with your homeboys, which will be like people from your city,
Your hometown.
or you can get on gang time.
Yeah.
If you're Crip, you can jump with the Crips. If you're Bloods, you can jump with the Bloods. You know what I'm saying? But once I figured out who Bobo was, man, it was official. And I'm talking about, we stumped the yard every day, all day together until this man left and went home.
Yeah, except for a couple months, but we're gonna get to that too. so
shout out to the TX homies. We fuck with y'all.
Fucked me up. Yeah, shout out to Texas, man.
And that's one thing I can say too. Texas homies had our back too. Texas and Louisiana.
There was a time when they didn't.
Yeah, because we was punishing all their homeboys.
They formed an alliance.
We had sick ass homeboys that was fighting their homies and shit, which wasn't. I don't. You know me. If I'm non-confrontational if I can be that way.
If I can avoid it.
If I can avoid it. But the homies was on that shit, and homies was doing a lot of bull stuff. So I don't blame those guys for what they joined. What was the name of their little clique?
It was
the Dirty South after that?
Everybody from the South.
Everybody from the South joined forces.
It was like if St. Louis, if any one of us gets into it with St. Louis,
they was all going to ride on us.
We're going to jump them.
And I remember one day,
and we're
too.
Like, damn, the whole South against us?
Remember this? It was a rumor that if we went outside this day, everybody from the South was going to get on us. And I remember us going out there.
And we went out.
Oh, yeah, we went out. Everybody had their knives and all that shit.
We went out on
because I kept a knife, I ain't going to lie. Everybody went out there with their knives and shit and went on the yard. And you could see, like, all the other guys from other housing units looking out their windows and shit, trying to see if we were going.
What was gonna happen.
Nah, we going.
Nothing happened, though.
Nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? End up turning out to be, pretty cool with those guys.
Yeah, but there was a lot of tension, and that was a time when we was wearing our boots to the shower. Remember that shit?
I hated that shit. Where we had, because remember when you first came to the housing unit, you was looking at me crazy because I was like, we gotta watch you while you shower. I gotta post up, make sure nobody don't run in there on you. Wear your boots, don't wear your shower shoes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that was like the type of love we had for one another.
We actually had we would stand outside the shower.
When Bobo went to the shower, me and 3 more of my homeboys posted up on the tour and let this man shower in peace. That way we didn't have to worry about nobody running up in the shower on him. If anybody approached, we'd get right on their ass. You know what I'm saying?
We did that for you too, though.
We did it for everybody.
Yeah.
So we would start with him, the next guy, the next guy, the next guy, and then I'd do mine at the end.
And we'd all be clean.
And we'd all be clean after that.
But
right.